To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So I got a little bit done today on the tiny house, not a lot. I got one piece of plywood put up on my one wall that I've gotten completed. To give you a little history here, we're building a 12-foot by 16-foot tiny house on an existing trailer frame, a mobile home trailer frame. So here's the trailer frame right there. It used to go all the way back to there, but we cut it off. Of course, we cleared all this out. The trailer frame had a mobile home on it, but it was really bad shape. I mean, half of it was gone. And then we started on building the floor of the tiny house. The floor is made out of 2x4s. The mobile home was made out of 2x4s too, the floor was. And so we just followed suit, but we actually made it a little bit stronger. Now, the way you got to think about this is that you can see here where the plywood is, there's little wings that stick out. So every other 2x4 has a wing that sticks out that gives it a lot of strength. And then you have two steel beams that the 2x4 sits on. And then I added an extra 2x6 beam right here that gives it a center strength. Then I put the plywood down, insulation underneath it, so it'll be nice and warm. Insulation is the key to this house. I want it to stay warm and cool. Now in the summertime it's going to stay pretty cool because we got all these trees around, but in the wintertime it's going to get cold, and we're going to have an outdoor wood furnace like we do with our little camper now. We have a little outdoor wood furnace that I made. So we'll sit that right over here, just on the other side of this scrap right here. There's a concrete pad there, and we'll put a kind of another building, put a furnace in there, and then that outdoor wood heat will come in and heat the house. But I don't want to, waste a lot of wood. I'm cutting firewood. So insulation is going to be key. The walls are going to be real thick. That's why I'm using 2x6s on the walls. And then in the attic, I'm going to use 2x4s, but I'm going to insulate the peak and the floor. And so we'll have storage up there. So I mean, it'll be nice and warm. So it'll have R19 on the peak, and then R19 on the floor. So it's going to be good and warm. Now, as I mentioned before to you, we're trying to build this tiny house for $5,000 or less, and we're trying to keep it where we're spending $500 a month. So a 10-month project. Well, that just hasn't worked out. The economy has crashed. We've been on lockdown. So Carolyn has been on hyper alert on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, that kind of stuff. And she has found some magnificent steals. So like right here, I have it covered up. So she has found 3 windows, well actually 2 windows, a $500 or $600 door. Of course, they're all used. One of the windows is actually new. We found another window at Habitat for Humanity restock shop or resale shop. She got the door like for 50 bucks. Actually, I think it was 40 bucks, 40 or $50. A window for 50 bucks, another window for 50 bucks. I mean, it's just bargain after bargain. Now the windows at Lowe's were going to be 90 bucks a piece. The door, the cheapest door at Home Depot or Lowe's was $199. Then she found all this OSB for the walls. That's what I just installed today right here. And she found this $5 a sheet. Now, normally this stuff goes for $8 a sheet, but during the pandemic, it's going for $23 a sheet. I know a lot of people are going to object to this too. That's not the code, you're not the code, you're not the code. Well, first of all, we don't have to follow code because we're building it under 200 square feet or 200 square feet or less, I think it is. You have to have a permit in between 200 and 400 square feet, I think. Maybe 800 square feet, I don't remember. So you got to get permitted then. Then after 800 square feet, then you have to be to code. But we're just rebuilding the trailer. So we've even had the permit people come out. They're not worried about it. They see it as like a remodel. So we got 1/4 inch. Now I think you're supposed to get for code 3/4 inch. The reason we got 1/4 inch is, again, we don't need this to be super duper heavy duty or anything. We're just building it on a trailer frame. You know, a lot of people tell me to go buy one of those Home Depot sheds. Well, they do the same thing. They build these as cheap as possible and then sell it for an enormous price. The last shed that I looked at, I think was $6,000 or $7,000, and it's made like junk. 2x4s missing. So no, I'm not interested in going out and spending a lot of money and getting very little, whereas I can spend a little money and get a lot. So I'm spending my money in things that I really feel that I need and less money on things I don't need. So for example, I'm spending extra money on 2x6s here for the walls. Normally walls are made out of 2x4s, but I'm making them out of 2x6s because I feel like I need lots of insulation. Now, in order to reduce cost on that, instead of going 16 inches in between each board, I went 2 feet. So it's called 2 feet center instead of 16-inch center. Still works great. And with it being 2x6s, I mean, we're gonna have plenty of structural integrity. I got started about 9 o'clock today. I had to go to the hardware store, get some roofing nails. So I just put 1 piece on. I'll probably put another piece on Monday. Today's Saturday. Sunday, I'm gonna go down to the city park and I'm gonna cut some more of this firewood. You know, I'm trying to do that about every 3rd day in the morning time while it's cool. I can't buy any more materials until next month anyway. We spent a fortune this month. You know, I said I was wanting to spend $500 a month, but we're probably up to, I mean, we've got insulation underneath that tarp over there, doors and windows, and the OSB. We're probably up to 800 bucks this month. So, you know, we're gonna have to slow down a little bit. Now, the reason we did that is because we got it all off Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. So it was worth the, going out the extra money and spending the extra money to save the money that it would have cost to buy all that. The insulation normally goes $81 a roll, and we got like for $41. So half price for the same stuff, still in the package, still new, still good stuff. So Carolyn's doing a great job. Now, the reason we're kind of on a slow motion mission is 2 reasons. One, it's so hot right now. There's really no reason to kill ourselves. And the second reason is lumber costs have went through the roof. Every time I say that though, people tell me, oh no, lumber prices are fine. And what's wrong with you? Everything's fine. Well, Dad lives down in Florida. To give you an example of what's going on, what happened here. And I'm telling him, hey, you know, I found some 2x4s. What do you think? Should I get these? And he's like, well, let me check Home Depot. And he's checking Home Depot. And he says, well, down here, they're like four bucks a piece. Something like that. I don't remember what it was. At Home Depot. So I go to my Home Depot and it's like $8 a piece, $7 a piece. So, I mean, price is already up. So then he goes over to Lowe's and he says, oh, that's funny. Lowe's doesn't have any. Wonder what's going on. I said, there's a lumber shortage. And there is. If you just Google lumber shortage 2020, right now, they're struggling to keep up. Home prices are skyrocketing, you know, trying to build homes. What happened was, during the lockdown, the hardware stores were still open. Home Depot and Lowe's and all that, they were still open. The lumber companies, not the loggers. I'm not talking about the people who cut the trees down. I'm talking about the people who cut the trees into lumber. They shut down because they weren't, critical workers. Now the hardware stores are out of lumber, so they're trying to catch up. And if you understand economics, supply and demand. So right now, high demand, no supply. So we're not going to go out and spend double or triple. Like I said, the OSB normally goes for $8 a piece, these sheets here. And right now they're going for $23 a sheet. So exciting things moving along, not at a breakneck speed. We're getting there, and that's what's great. Life is good. Life is happy. So I hope I can inspire you to do things at your own pace. Thanks for watching.